Second up on the agenda is this new style of bracelet that I've designed and I'll be having available for sale at the Conte's on 52nd and Washington very soon. They're a very lovely marijuana boutique, but they also have a lot of arts and crafts and local Denver produced items, so it's really, it's a fun for all groups sort of place. I love it. And my jewelry does very well there, in fits and starts. The last couple of weeks I've been able, because of sales from the Contes, I've been able to register my car and get the oil that it's been a little low on, and get some more supplies, for these, this new style of bracelet. One of the teachers, well, not a teacher, but she's a services coordinator or something at my son's school, suggested that I make bulky jewelry, dangly bracelets, something like that. So it's like, I could make bulky dangly bracelets out of, I had originally gotten these blue stones from my favorite supplier on Leetsdale, and I hope to do a tour of this bead shop very soon. But if it weren't for this bead shop on Leetsdale, I wouldn't have rings. Even like, see these lovely jade crosses, the pearls, the seed beads I get from Joni's, but the faces for these rings come from this bead shop on Leetsdale. And I also found the abalone, the howlite, and the tiger's eye there. But I was going to originally make man rings, men's rings out of these stones, but no matter how hard I try, it will not be the 1970s again. So I needed to think of a better idea. And then when this lady at Aaron's school suggested that I make dangly jewelry or bulky jewelry, or different styles of bracelets, it's like, hi, good idea. And so I I fabricated this design over the weekend, and so they will be available for sale on Conte's on 52nd and Washington, very soon. With today or tomorrow I'll be able to make it down there. And I will soon be posting them on my Simple Site jewelry store, but the way my site works, I have the pictures of my products displayed on the catalog pages, but as I make and sell pieces, I don't always have time to update the photos. So if any of my styles and designs interest you, just in the process of emailing and corresponding over your order, I will be happy to show you the items that I have in stock of the designs that you like. So I can give you a personalized tour whether you're in Denver or the Philippines. So it's a few steps in the process, but it's a more personalized experience. You're not communicating with a bot, you're communicating with a me. And so I will help to make sure that you have your favorite piece of jewelry out of my whole collection, whatever pieces you would like to look at. So it'll be fun. But as it is, with these new pieces, they cost, almost at $10 to construct each one with just the supplies, and and then take into account the time it takes to put pins in these stones, and just all the assembly steps involved. So I'm probably going to be aiming at a $20 price point in the Denver metro local area, or a $25 price point online, for administration fees of doing business on the internet. But I would appreciate, if you have a comment, thoughts or concerns on that. I'm an open door, I am welcome to suggestions or comments that you may have. So if you would be, if you think that the $25 price point is fair and reasonable, you'd be willing to pay that. Or if you're like, nah, you're lowball it. I've had, a few people tell me that I'm lowballing on my prices, but a lot of the prices that I have set on my existing items, were the prices were set when Master Thomas had me selling the pieces to the homeless community in Denver. And of course, nobody living in a shelter or a camp is going to be willing or able to pay more than a couple of dollars for anything. So for him to make me sell my products in a community, and besides, you don't need jewelry when you're camping. It's almost a luxury item, and it was a dumb idea of his. So, I'm not very experienced in marketing my products to the civilian market, so I do need to confess that. But anyhow, as with any other of my videos, especially ones detailing, business endeavors, I do appreciate and gladly accept any advice or comments you may have, that you wish for me to, think about and consider. So the comments box below, or my Twitter inbox at Kirchhoff_Sherry, I am open to communication. So anyhow, I think, oh right, as far as my my jewelry endeavors are concerned, living in the Denver metro area, I would like to open up the possibility of perhaps having a jewelry viewing, at a get together that you may be having, or etc. When I was living in Wisconsin, one of my very good friends, who I miss because I don't think she's on Facebook, but anyhow, one of my good friends was an Avon lady, and so, friends of hers and people in the community hosting, little gatherings and get-togethers, and hang out with the gal pal on Friday night, and have the Avon lady come and do a showing was always very fun. And so I would like to open up that possibility with my jewelry as well. Especially with Valentine's Day coming up, this would be a wonderful opportunity to, score some good boy points. Tell your young lady that, oh yeah, by the way, the local jewelry artisan is would like to do a showing of her products. You call it Get Your Gals Together. Might be really fun. So hoping that somebody's intrigued by that prospect. Or if anyone is looking for some reasonably priced gifts for the ladies and their friends and family for this Valentine season, and would like to see my products and see what I have available, feel free to, get hold of me and schedule a time I can just come and, give a private viewing of my products too, in addition to the get-togethers and parties. So just trying to, branch out and, hopefully make, my artistic abilities, use my artistic abilities to make a way to take care of myself and my son. And, get out from under the welfare trap and the captivity trap and a system that seeks to exploit people like us who can't fit in normally to the job market as it sits today. So, I need my artistic endeavors to be successful in order to, become an independent single mom. So, I'm hoping, as I add, these lovely bracelets or other products that, look at, they stack so well with other bracelets. I'm really quite proud of this new line of bracelets. But sticking to tradition, I've continued using my 20mm bookends and my arthritis-friendly clasps and my cute little charms. So it's what I started with back when Master Thomas had me selling jewelry for him, and it's just something I like to keep, rolling with. It's like if you've ever seen Famous Dave's Barbecue, the trash can lid party platters. It stems from his early days of using an aluminum trash can from the hardware store to, barbecue meat in. It's what poor families did back in the day, and that's how he got his start. So, you have to stay true and remember where you came from, or else you'll lose your way going forward. But, so, that being said, I'm hoping to, increase interest in my products and, be able to keep designing more and more awesome stuff, and in this way be able to create a path forward for myself and my son, keep us free from captivity and get us out from under the system's thumb and out of the grasp of our former owner, because, we need to have a future. And the future, as the status quo would have it, is, just borrowing time until, I get attacked and my son gets abducted from his school, just like Thomas Stetzer's been planning and threatening all this time, with the court's full knowledge and blessings. So, I really, I need community support to be able to get my son and myself out of this and into a free, independent, safe, and happy future. So I will post my contact links and links to my shops in the description here. And man, I'm hoping with President Ying's American Walls Act, that would be so amazing to have an arts and crafts shop open, in Denver or in another community. Just, it'd be spectacular. It would be, just amazing to not have to flee and leave and go into hiding in order to escape captivity to Thomas Stetzer and to the courts and the judges who bless him with the ability to carry knives and plot abduction and all this and that I've discussed in my other videos. It's, you know, absolutely vital that my son and I have the community support we need in order, to survive and stay safe. So I need to keep innovating and keep designing and building. So, to help that cause.